Hi guys, welcome back to History with Heath, and today I would just like to talk about just a random topic, kind of. So I've just seen a lot of stuff from the internet, and it's just religions like trying to disprove each other, and it just creates divide and discourse, and I don't like that. And one thing I'll say, and I get questions a lot, well, not personally, but I've seen people ask questions a lot about, oh yeah, how do Buddhists answer these questions? How do Buddhists disprove other religions? And the first thing I say, yes, Buddhist apologetics do exist, and there has been some debates where Buddhists have disproved Christians, but I don't really like apologetics in any religion, because it just creates discourse and divide. And basically, I would just like to say that we Buddhists, as well as Hindus, they also have a similar belief on this. We basically say that, in a way, all religions are true, and that all their deities could exist. Could be got Islam, Hinduism, Christianity, Sikhism, of course Buddhism, and in assigning to the Hindus, we say that, personally, Jonang Pass, we say that everything is empty and that the only thing that does exist is this ground. And this ground can manifest in many ways. It can manifest as beings like we are. And this can include deities, of course, like the Buddhist deities, and the Christian ones, and the Hindu ones, and the Sikh deity, and the Christian ones. I mean, the Muslim ones. And we sort of just see that. And even without this belief, we also say that of the faiths, that even though the most direct path to enlightenment is, of course, Buddhism, um, we still believe that other religions if you follow them, you can accumulate merit and reach enlightenment. And even though this isn't like a proper Buddhist doctrine, many Buddhists, and this is not just Western Buddhists, this is many Buddhists. Personally, I don't know if I believe this or not. I never really thought about it before, but many do believe that Jesus Christ was a great master who actually achieved enlightenment, not at the same level as the Buddha, but he did achieve enlightenment. And many Buddhist scholars and Yung Bon scholars see his resurrection as probably his attainment of the rainbow body. And many Buddhists, and then after this you might say, oh, well, you've just said that the other religions, you don't need to disprove other religions to prove yours, but how do you prove yours in the first place? Well, I like to see Buddhism as like, not science, but in a similar way, in that Buddhist masters and scholars and yogis and yogins, they just they they was like scientists in a way. They weren't studying. They were still religious. They were still tantric, esoteric, but they studied the world around them, including the Buddha himself. And the great Shakyamuni himself actually said, "All my followers, monks and scholars, only accept my teaching through thorough investigation, not out of just pure devotion." So Buddhism, in its way, treats itself as science, and I've seen lots of venerable masters from Tibetan traditions also say themselves that Buddhism isn't like other religions, that it's not dogma based, it's based on understanding and truth. And Buddhism itself is very compatible with science. And anyway, the idea that everything is empty and that everything is just made up of smaller things and sort of just like this quantum physics thing, this came from Buddhism thousands of years, well, I say thousands, but more like hundreds of years before modern science discovered it. So that's why I'm just, well, that's not really why I'm a Buddhist. I've been Buddhist nearly 6 years running now, and I just feel like Buddhism just makes most sense. That it's not dogma based, and I'm not saying dogma based religions are bad. Of course, like I said, you can still accumulate merit, and they are truthful at least to a very large extent, and that it's just it's just it's just it's just good in that it just studies the world around you and has proper insight. Many other traditions have also been proven in that Buddhism helps meditate the mind, and like they've studied Buddhist monks, and like I don't know but I saw this Western Buddhist monk who took this study, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but they were literally labelled as the happiest person in the world because they had like all these happiness receptors going off. So yeah, and that's also another reason, and something that stems from this, that Buddhism isn't really a religion that proselytizes, and that it doesn't go around saying, become Buddhist. And it just says, become Buddhist if you want to. You always stick with your religion, you can accumulate merit, and that kind of stuff. So, thanks guys, this was just a short 5-minute video on just what we Buddhists sort of say about other faiths. And, yeah. Also, in addition, reincarnation can also be proved, and this is the only thing that I'm proving, not out of just pure science. Reincarnation, of course, can't really be proved by science, but even the Dalai Lama himself said it can't really be disproved by science, which is also kind of true. But there's many examples, not just in the Buddhist world or the Asian world, but throughout the world there has been many examples of reincarnation, like the Pollock twins in America. Anyway, this is the actual end. Just a short 5-minute video. Thanks guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.